the TikTok
granddads.
Wanashuka kwa basi na masuti. Wana work out wako na abs. So
like,
girl, if that's the silver fox you were talking about, I understand.
We get it.
But if it was an old
Guka,
man, kama ule chalia wa manzi wa Nairobi.
Manzi wa Kibera, you mean?
Hey, manzi wa Kibera.
Gosh, what is that?
If that was your old man, well, Soros.
Hi, we are two buddies, one mic. And this is episode 12.
12.
Like the disciples, as you said. And I think we've collected enough of you to show some love back to you. We still do appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed to our channel.
We love the engagement. I do the social media and I'm at a loss. Especially you guys on TikTok. We love you. We really love you. We have a few body shamers over there, but we have a few trolls.
Dang.
But if nobody's hating on what you're doing something wrong.
You're doing something wrong.
Yeah. So we see the haters, we appreciate it, we love it actually. And also on YouTube, please subscribe, please like, please share, and do all of that.
Absolutely. Now, I think it's kind of one of those exciting episodes where we are going shaking the patriarchy and uploading the...
Are we really shaking the patriarchy, or are we holding ourselves accountable?
Yeah.
Because we're stepping into our villain era.
Okay.
What is something that you have done? Because normally we're very good people. We are people of God. We are people of Mutaratara. We are good people. But once in a while, the devil jumps out, you know? The whore jumps out. And we have to question ourselves, like, am I always like this, you know? Sometimes you have to tap into the dark side.
Yeah.
So what is something that you have done that made you just question your character? You're like, wow, is this the real Kathomi? Have I been, hiding this from the whole world? Is this really me?
Oh my days. I think it's the thought process sometimes. It's the thinking of doing something really horrible to another human being, specifically a man, that can be a bit of a jump scare for me. Often I don't exercise it, but sometimes I do. And I think one of those examples is when I dragged my friend to a particular cinema. You know, when you know there's that cinema and it's across the way from their house, and you convince your friend, let's go there, let's go to the cinema, let's go watch a movie. And I convinced my friend to go watch a movie with me. But before we got to the movie house, I asked her we stop somewhere. So she's like, where are we and why are we stopping here? Next thing she knows, I have dragged her to this man's door and I have knocked on the door at 10 p.m. in the night. And honestly, I knocked like twice or thrice. I am so glad they didn't come out. I think they weren't even home. I am so glad that didn't happen, because if they were to actually show up, what would I have said I was doing there?
You had an agenda the whole time.
What was my agenda?
Why did you show up at his house?
I don't know. I wanted closure or something. I hadn't really fully formed the thought. All I knew is that I'm going to show up and then the rest shall be history. So that was a very interesting
if
experience.
You opened the door, what would have happened to your friend?
I really genuinely don't know. Mind you, the Uber is waiting downstairs. So it's not like we even...
What is the intention? You know, this looks like a prequel to a murder. Why women kill.
No, it really is. It was one of those, again, jump scare situations. Because when I look at it now, I'm like, what was I thinking? What would I have done? Yeah, so I think that was the one for me. What about you?
The thing with me is I am a good Christian lady at the end of the day. So I might do something petty, but I'll make sure it falls... it doesn't inconvenience the commandments. So I won't steal from you.
Right.
I won't kill you. I won't harm you. But I will inconvenience your life. Okay? I go for inconvenience.
Yeah.
So I remember this very nasty... I think I could say it was my first serious relationship. And we had broken up. It was, wow, it was very dramatic. And I was feeling very resentful, very angry. So before I left this man's house, I had packed everything. We used to live together. It was serious. As in, we had even named our children. Oh,
gosh.
Jehovah. Anyway, so before I left him, I've packed everything. I disconnected the gas and carried that pipe.
Oh, no.
figure out how to connect your gas, bitch.
Oh, no.
I carried all the spices, salt, every spice in that house.
Oh,
I put it
no.
in my suitcase, yeah?
Oh,
Figure
no.
out how to spice your food from now on. His socks, I carried all, all the left ones. Socks won't matter, but I did it anyway. Took all the shoelaces. I was on a mission. I said, you're going to feel my absence.
Yeah, you
okay?
are. Yeah, you
Yes.
are. Oh,
I
my
took
God.
his shoelaces. I took all this things that will just inconvenience you.
Yeah.
The thing for the kettle. See the thing,
bottom, the one you
yes,
put it on.
Yes, yes.
The actual heater.
You have the whole kettle. Figure out how to warm
So no
water.
gas, no heater.
Yes. And looking back, I feel like I should have taken a shower head.
Maybe you should have just snipped the wires just enough. Man,
And as I was doing this,
fancy.
in my mind, I was just so vengeful. It came from such a horrible place. And the whole time I'm just like, yeah, serves you right.
Bitch,
Serves
you better learn not
will
to
wake
break
in
up
the
with me.
morning and look for your boxers. You know how you cut them in the middle? They were all skirts. Figure out how to wear your boxers. All of them are skirts.
Girl, we should call you Petty Wap.
Why?
Because
Angenitia design ingefanya nini?
Jesus.
Because you know that's destruction of property.
that is destruction of property.
What would I have done?
Or you crack the screen just enough that half of it is black. Watch the darkness now, bitch.
Wow. That was very petty. And I actually put out a questionnaire on our Instagram. You guys are petty. You guys are petty because the first person said they committed arson. And I was like, you do know that's a felonious crime. Why would you
You
burn
can go to
somebody's
jail.
house? But I'm curious, did you burn his house or his car or his motorcycle?
Oh
I don't know what was happening in your life.
No, arson is like burning of property, like a house.
Yeah, but arson is yes.
Yeah, you're bringing, because the thought of
You know how crazy you have to be to
to
set a
burn
fire?
someone's house.
You're a witch. You're just looking at shit burning like ha 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 ha.
Damn,
Homelessness.
that is crazy. That man has to pay the landlord. That man is inconvenienced for a long time. He is inconvenienced from her. Damn.
And another person who should actually be in prison right now, they sent a message and they said, I broke his TV, took all his shoes, and burnt the right ones, then bought a padlock to lock his house. I'ma lock your house, and you can figure out how to walk. Because you only have left pair.
Y'all are messy. This bitch is
Why did you
messy.
break the TV?
Gosh.
What's the reason?
Gosh, this one killed me. Put tampons in his gas tank. Figure out why your engine isn't lighting up, bitch.
Unajua vile saa zingine unakanga tu mafuta ka 500 ufike kwenye unaenda.
All of it consumed by your tampon.
That is so
You know the worst one?
It
Throw the
can't be
tampon
real.
in wet. Now it's messed up his engine. That's it.
You guys have to be creating these stories from somewhere because I refuse to believe that you would be that evil. How did you even think about it? Or like, you see the way my periods are absorbed. Let us absorb your gas tank.
Threw them in.
Oh. I even saw somebody say putting sugar in the gas tank. I don't know what that does.
It
but I'm imagining.
caramelizes.
Yes.
Because they heat and then it's...
Yes.
Oh my God, y'all are bad.
Yeah.
Y'all are bad. What? Someone else said... what was this?
I had intercourse with an older guy than my dad. My dad is 53 years old. Nilijita kamkutano proper. But the money.
Dang.
The money.
Dang.
Guys.
Let me tell you, there's something about a silver fox.
But how much is enough to sleep with a grandfather? How much is enough?
Half of his pension?
How do you... Because old people smell some type of way. Or rather, the old people I've encountered.
Yeah, you're the problem here.
Oh, like my bukas and my shoshos.
There's a difference between rich and okay people. I'm just...
Maybe ni kama umesema my grandparents are not rich.
I tried not to. No, I'm saying there's a thing with like you know that Ponyo who's like old, you know,
Atumia Dio Savage.
Your money. Sure.
Dio.
Ametembea. Anaweza kupeleka Dubai just for shopping your perfume. And then there's regular old people who are just like nice and old and they live with their nice, wife and their,
So money stops nonsense.
Money stops smells as well. But yeah, old people do have a smell.
Yeah.
It's a very particular one. Especially the oral. There's a weird, it smells like mothballs.
As in, your body is just giving up.
It smells like mothballs. Old people smell funny. As in, have you ever been to like an old people event?
It's
like,
interesting.
Wow, you guys.
But it doesn't. I understand.
No, but I'm assuming she did not go for that one. I think she went for like a rich, nice-looking one who wasn't accepting age.
Because these days old people look fine.
They will look around.
Have you seen Young Miami's dad? Like that man is.
I have not, but I'm assuming he's hot.
He's not hot, but he's young.
And the TikTok granddads.
The TikTok
granddads.
Wanashuka kwa basi na masuti. Wana work out wako na abs. So girl, if that's the silver fox you were talking about, I understand.
We get it.
But if it was an old man, kama ule chalia wa manzi wa Nairobi.
Manzi wa Kibera, you mean?
Hey, manzi wa Kibera.
Gosh, what is that?
If that was your old man, well, Soros.
Prayers.
Mr. Danbury.
Gosh, love that though. I see someone else saying, I still check up on my ex and he says he's bad with communication. I think I'm crazy at this point. So you still check up on your ex. I don't think that's petty enough. I think that's like, that's you trying to find closure. I'm not justifying I ain't justifying anything. I'm just saying sometimes you kind of look for closure. I mean, look at me. I showed up at his house. So you're doing well, better than me.
If there's something I have grown, to not want as I grow older, is closure. Sometimes I feel the need to just walk up to this person's house and say, why? What happened? I need to understand things. And then my pride tells me, bitch, you better not. Because imagine you show up there and there's another woman in that house. Or you show up there and he doesn't open the door. Or you show up there and he dismisses you. I would die. Because now umejipeleka to the fire.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So your closure.
Think it through. It's never that serious. It really never is that serious. But it seems like there are a bunch of other people on the internet who are like fully invested in destroying.
In the petty. In the villainy. Somebody said, I threw AirPods down the sewer in front of his house. So he kept going crazy because the location said home.
It was home. Let me tell you.
You feel like you're being gaslit by your phone.
You know?
What do you mean? My AirPods are here. Yeah.
That is so wickedly
so manipulative.
Smart.
Wow.
What?
I love you girls.
What?
Wow.
What? I see someone else saying, I used to put jalapeno seeds in his food, but none in mine. And tell him to stop being dramatic because mine's not spicy. As in, unaweka pilipili kwa chakula yake peke yake. Alafu yako haina. So it's like, babe, this food is spicy. Like, we're having the same food. Taste mine. He tastes yours is fine. He's like, am I going crazy? Is it my taste? God, that's so mean.
And another girl, I think, when you're in a relationship and your partner is, adding a bit of weight, and you don't know how to tell them without offending them. You don't know, say, hey, babe, squeeze unajaa kwa t-shirt. So this girl said, I threw out all his underwear the same day I ordered an Amazon deliver. I ordered an Amazon to deliver a batch one size too small, and he thought he was gaining weight. So you just put this person in such a mental capacity that they need to reevaluate everything. The next day he comes from work with protein shake. It's like, babe, we're going to the gym. I'm like, really?
That's so nice. I love that for you.
I will join you.
I think another one is like, sometimes especially as Kenyan, we've accepted so much that men are cheaters that even when they're doing these Naivasha trips, when they're doing, local trips, you're just like, no, it's okay, he'll come back at Haruri. This one decided, bitch, you better not try me. The partner decided to go to
To fly out.
To fly out of the country with his chick.
Imagine taking
side
somebody on
chick.
a vacation or going to visit them.
Dubai ama Dubai. Gosh, mi umenipeleka Dubai, si unampeleka Dubai. Let me tell you. Anyway, find out that he was flying to see another woman, got the flight information, and cancelled the return reservation.
Enda ukae huko.
Stay there with her. Ni sawa, unaweza enda. Kurudi tu, ndio uta struggle. Wow. And you can't even think of it, like, because if your reservation for going is fine, then you booked both going and coming back, so you're not even checking.
And you can't suspect your wife.
You can't.
Because why would she do this to me, upstanding citizen? I poked tiny needle-sized holes at the bottom of his shoes. When it rained, his socks got soaked.
Okay, how do you even come up with that shit?
It's even
The
worse.
time, the energy, like...
The investments men have with their shoes. If there's something
they keep those things for years.
Men take care of is their shoes. So this person is always buying the latest.
Jordans, drinking anania.
Hata zikiosha zishangi na hizo zingine. No. He cannot find time for you to take you on a date. But he can find time to clean his shoes. He can add a specific paste for that. And then you poke needles. In that shoes, you a shower. You use these shoes to go and walk out of this marriage. So you've been inconvenienced.
Gosh, you guys are doing crazy things. I put little pieces of candy in all of his vents so that he gets ants. He has no idea where they're coming from.
Oh God!
Let me tell you, is there anything worse than ants? Cockroaches, but still, ants and rats. Do you know? And then they will always come back for the sugar. And this is consistent. Ni kama anakaka timer. Every couple of days, when I change sweetie. Okay. So this guy has ants constantly in his house. He's wondering where they're coming from.
Irritating.
And then they're in there. Huku kwenye watu waangaliangi.
Ukiwa na wageni, alafu unatoka line kamanga kupanda. Tunaenda msafara tunaenda kwa vents. Very embarrassing. Wow. You can't invite people to your house anymore.
You are bad. Jeez. Ooh. Gosh.
Oh, somebody said I'm actually getting tips from all of this, and I'm like, please. And wow.
This one for laundry detergent is one who killed me. I put glitter in every liquid bottle in the house. Body wash, shampoo, laundry detergent, hand wash, cleaning supplies, everything. This nigga just walking around looking all sparkly.
Shine, bitch. You wanted to shine outside of this relationship. Shine. Now they think you're gay.
Everybody thinks you're gay. That's the worst part. Yeah? Are you gay? Where are you gay?
Actually, I was watching that before I came here. I told John Luke, John Paul on Ziva.
Where are you gay?
Why are you not fighting for the rights of the heterosexual? Where is the H in LGBTQ?
Y'all better not cancel us. It's a joke.
I used a seam ripper to pop some of the seams in his gyms, so when he washed them, they fell apart. Yani, jean ikakuwa tu palazzo.
Okay, people. It's the investment.
Petty.
Super glued all his tubs and sink stoppers closed. So that he would have to scoop water out of the bowl into the toilet every single time. How was he flush? No. You must find ways. You women are diabolical.
And I don't know why people are not mentioning this. But sometimes when we want to get our lick back, when we want to revenge, people want to be very loud about it. You did this to me, so I'm doing this to you.
Yes, showing you exactly what I did.
There's there's some sort of power and happiness you get when you get your lick back and nobody knows about it.
You're just seeing the
you get your lick back, or you use their toothbrush to brush
scrub
the toilet.
and then he uses the
And then
same
you put it
toothbrush,
back.
and then you watch him
And then you're just looking at
as
him.
he's brushing his teeth.
Like, yeah. You were talking shit earlier. Now you're
Now
eating
you're eating it. Wild.
This is
I
wild.
mean, it is crazy the kind of things that we've seen on this list. I dumped I dumped a container of salt into the small remainder of his protein shake.
As in, fear women. You know, after God, just fear women. Wake up in the morning and say, thank God for life. Protect me from women. And especially a woman you've done dirty. Trust me. You might think, my wife is so good. She will never do that. She would never revenge. She would never. My wife is not that type of person. When unasemanga hivyo, those are the bad ones. Those ones are me. I remember this person who used to say, I'm such a good person. You know, I don't deserve you. You're so nice to me. Even when I do things to you, you always forgive me. You have such a nice heart. Whole time I'm a demon. You know, I've just been scheming. The things I will do to you. Like, I would dream of murder. Like, I would just dream of killing this person in the morning. And then I wake up and just smile at him. And I'm like, why am I not getting out of this toxic situation?
Right?
But the fantasies, the voices, the scenarios. Gosh. You just look at him, you're like, wow, I could really kill you. But you don't know.
Imagine, it's that diabolical thought process of like, nigga, you could die. And I got a list of how to kill you. That somehow gets you, there's a power that you feel from knowing that you can exert so much pain on someone
that you
without
can ruin
their knowledge.
Forever, for life. Yeah. And speaking of how your anger actually amplifies your technical skills, you know? On a normal day, you cannot use Excel. You know, you can't even print out something as easy as an invoice. You can't even create an invoice. But when it comes to investigating your man and the things he's up to and inconveniencing him on social media, let me tell you, I used to be in this relationship. I was so petty. I was so delusional. So I would hack into this man's Instagram account.
Hack, okay.
Go through his, what do you call it? Go through his DMs. And then, you know, he's talking to this girl, he's talking to this girl, he's talking to this girl. So I would tell this girl, listen, I love my girlfriend. I no longer want to talk to you. Please, when you pray for yourself, pray extra for me. So I would tell this girl, please, we need to stop talking. My girlfriend is going to find out. And then I would unfollow these girls and delete the text messages. And then at some point, he asked me, do you unfollow people on my Instagram? I really wanted that conversation to start, because I would ask, why are you worried about these other girls? The only girl you should be following is me. So I would really unfollow girls. He says hi. He likes your picture. I will know about it's like it was even telepathic. Aki double tap hivi inapia kwa timeline yangu. Inasema so and so like this girl's picture. I'm like, this is what you like? I get back into his devices and unfollow that person, because why are you tempting my man? That's the question.
You're the problem.
Why are you tempting my man?
You're just looking good over there, but it's you who's tempting my man.
Oh my God, I was so delusional.
Delulu was the Salulu.
But it was so top tier, the toxicity.
That is crazy. That is wildly crazy. It's like the energy, you know, you know the exact times, you know, now you can even calculate the amount of time that it takes for him to actually move. Oh, are you using his devices, or do you already have access on your phone?
I had access on my phone. You just didn't know about it.
There we go. So you make sure he's not online, because then you're both doing activities online. You're DMing, you're deleting. Okay? So you make sure he's not online at that time, which means you have to keep him busy somewhere else, such that whatever he's doing, he's not on his phone. And then
sometimes even the DM would come in and the notification would be in your phone. And you're like, do I read it, or has he read it already? So I'm just
you have to calculate.
The The ghetto.
Delulu.
The ghetto.
Delulu. That's Delulu. Gosh.
I love it.
I mean, there are there are wild things I've done in my day, but like I feel like that one takes the cake.
My God.
Yeah, that one has taken the cake for sure.
Delusional.
But the things we do for these men.
But the more delusional it is, the greater the fallout. Trust me.
No, but isn't it already that isn't already a sign of how bad things are in your relationship? Because like you have done a bunch of crazy ass shit now. You have done a bunch of crazy ass shit, and it's gonna come. The puppies are gonna come. The karma is coming with puppies, and they're gonna collect. So, Jesus. Jesus. But I wonder if someone has ever done that to you, though. I feel like you're so keen on what you've done, but do you know of anyone who may have done...
Who has done something
like mad petty to you?
Gosh, I'm trying to think.
Without your knowledge.
Without my knowledge.
Maybe you're over there just chilling. This guy has been adding extra oils in your food.
Or you've just been experiencing a series of unfortunate events, and you're like,
Kumendaje hapa?
Is mercury in microwave? Because what's happening in my life?
Things are just not adding up. You're like, a lot of things aren't adding up, and you're trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah, so if you don't believe in the supernatural and just weird shit is happening around you,
investigate.
It's a human being.
Could be your man.
See your chavi. It's not. Don't blame your village people all the time.
Be your man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that men just go without like doing some sus shit. I want to know, has your man done some sus shit and then you found out later, even if it's like you've broken up and then you find out at that point? I want to know. Men, have you done some sus shit? Oh, you're going through your phone. That I feel like happens. I genuinely feel like that happens. Me, like, there's no way. There's some things, then you know too much. Ain't no way you know this much. You must. Or you know, one of those things where your phone is connected to your device. Of course, you have your phone on you all the time, but all your shit is still connected to your device, to your laptop, to your, you have that extra phone that you forget and you leave it at home, and it has access to your WhatsApp, to your Instagram, to your emails, to your TikTok. You're trying to just tell me that this nigga at no point has gotten tempted? He has the password. Baby,
I believe in you. I believe in you, boo.
Baby, we need to talk. Some of those things, yeah.
If somebody has been going through your phone and has found something sus, because you're bound to.
And it's a shift in the mood. You're like, I left the house, things were okay. And I came back, and today's the only day I've done something sus. Today was the only day I DM'd my ex. And then suddenly you're mad.
Utaka uko umekasirika hadi uniconfront. What do you want me to do? Until you use your big boy voice. And that's something I've actually been practicing. No longer assuming
that everything is about you.
And no longer anticipating things, especially from your partner or from your friend or from something. Until you use your voice and you say what you want, I will act stupid. Because when you're always doing things and anticipating things, it takes so much energy.
It is.
Yeah.
You're reading people's minds.
Exactly.
Why?
I don't want to do that. I'm not a witch.
Me, I'm living. Living. If you have a problem, you come and talk to me direct.
Your voice to tell me what is going on. Let me tell you, my friend, you will huff, you will puff, you will bang doors. Me, I cannot understand until you say it with your words. Are you not a grown adult? Say it.
If you want to talk to me, talk to me.
We're getting carried away.
We
now shift gears to our next topic.
Yes.
And this is heavy.
This one is a little heavy, but we'll put it in bite sizes, I think.
Yes. The thing is, we're always talking about traumas, especially in this day and age. You get online, somebody's talking about their trauma. You get into a relationship or a talking stage, somebody is telling you, listen, I don't talk to girls consistently because my father was not in my life consistently. So there's just a lot. People are really getting to know their traumas and to know their triggers. But after you have known all of this, How do you cope? Have you identified your coping mechanisms, and are they positive or are they detrimental? Because I have very detrimental coping mechanisms. When I'm really stressed and I'm really triggered by something, or I'm really mad, I take a nap. So anytime I realize that I am sleeping longer than usual, I need to address that, because that's a very negative thing to do. I will straight up cancel things. Not because I'm girl lazy and I just don't want to do it, I don't want to socialize, but because I have just crippling anxiety and I can't bring myself to get out of bed or to do something as basic as, leave the bedroom and go take a shower. Once I realize all of that is coming back, or those small symptoms, I'm not eating or I'm overeating, I'm sleeping too much, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. So now you have to decide, am I going to wallow in this space or am I going to do something about it?
Yeah, I feel like, especially considering some of those things like sleep, by then it's not like you're feeling like, nimelala sana. No, you're constantly tired. Like, you are physically tired.
You're drained.
You are physically tired. It's 7 o'clock and you don't give a fuck. I'd rather just be in bed, and it's not like by choice, it's because your body is killing you. You try and open eye like this, fuchsia, like this, the eyes are replacing to fuchsia, It's like, bitch, we sleeping. So it's not like you are trying to sleep, it's just your body is also kicking you in the balls. And I noticed that it may feel like it's normal. You're like, I'm just tired, I'm just gonna sleep it off. That's how it starts. You're like, I'm just tired, I'm just gonna sleep it off. But you realize that you're sleeping a lot more. And yes, that is a huge sign of especially depression.
Because you don't want to deal with whatever is happening in the world. But the thing is, I feel like sometimes I'm very self-aware. I'm aware of things as they happen, but I'm also letting them happen. So I'm aware that there's something I need to deal with, but instead of dealing with it, I turn to what's more comfortable, which is sleeping.
Oh yeah, for me it's the vice versa.
So it's just a burden.
It creeps up on you.
But the thing is, I feel like sometimes I'm very self-aware. I'm aware of things as they happen, but I'm also letting them happen. So I'm aware that there's something I need to deal with, but instead of dealing with it, I turn to what's more comfortable, which is sleeping.
Oh yeah, for me it's the vice versa.
So it's just a burden.
It creeps up on you, and then at night you're having this shit. You're like, oh, that's what's going on. You couldn't kill me in consciousness, but okay. Scare the shit out of me in bed, why don't you, brain?
I'm so glad you said that, because
it's wild.
Sometimes you do things and I'm like, she was really not aware she did that or she said that.
Oh no, for sure. I'm like autopilot.
Ain't no way she didn't know she said that. Ain't no way she didn't know she did that.
My brain does weird
But then
shit.
I spend more time with you and I realize
it just manifests.
This girl has no idea.
Like, I have no idea half the time the shit that's going on. I could be, and sometimes it's like, and this I swear I didn't even notice it, but like, yeah, I would, like, you have so much going on, you're super stressed. So this one time, I was so stressed at work, I had someone on the phone. Someone talked to me. I decided, I decided to sort this out. So I put my phone down. Yeah? This person is still on the phone. They've been on the phone. I completely forgot. I'm over here helping this one. It's been like 10 minutes of me doing this. Then someone else comes in, completely forget what's going on there. Someone is hearing hello, hello. They're like, where's this hello coming from? They're like, Kathami, is there someone on the phone? I'm like, what? I check my phone, yeah. Fully someone on my phone waiting for me because I told them, 1 sec. And then I went off for like 20 minutes. I completely forgot this person was on the phone.
Credit.
Yes, but like one of my really good friends. So, and we'd be on the phone for like long hours of time where it's like, I'm doing other things, they're doing other things. Like, we're just on the phone for company. What's up, dude? Oh, but then, and then so I didn't notice that until like that time she pointed out, she's like, Katha, why do you always do this? Why are you always putting people on hold? Just do one thing, finish, do the next thing, finish. Don't be taking on stuff, a lot of stuff, and then just like that, I'm like, wow, I have been offending people without even knowing it. Like, I just didn't know that I was offending someone, but someone has had to deal with that. Yeah. So for me, it comes out subconsciously. It's never like a conscious thing. I'm never doing anything shady consciously. Yeah.
And also eating. This is very underrated. You know, when people say I'm stress eating, because somebody thinks when you have a lot of problems going on in your life, the go-to thing is not eat. Until you're too stressed to eat. Mimi, I've never experienced that. Wow. Mimi had a heartbreak. Sipatangi ati siwezi kula. Okay, it only happened once. But when I'm going through something, I will eat.
Wait, is it conscious again?
This most of the time it's really subconscious. It's only like
you're
later
just
on
picking
I'll
up
realize.
stuff and picking up stuff. Like you've just dropped candies there, you've picked up juice here, and then next thing you know, you've eaten so much. You're
like, how did I finish a whole packet of sausages? Alone.
Just you.
And you know, after that, that feeling afterwards is all this
guilt
and you feel so horrible. But I didn't know as I was doing it. So anytime I add weight, I'm like, what was happening 2 months ago? You know, what was going on? Did you deal with that, or did you just eat it away? I will eat my feelings. If I'm going through something, you'll find me with snacks all the time.
But I've also noticed like it depends on what's going on. If it's like your partner and like people that you love and it's that stuff, you tend to do more eating, you tend to do more sleeping and stuff. But when it's like your own shit, like you're dealing with some weird thing that scared the shit out of you 3 weeks ago, you're about to lose your job and you don't know what to do, then you're so in your head that you forget to completely eat. So it's like different forms of stress trigger different forms of mechanisms of control. So but like what we've noticed is from the two different examples we've had is like there's adaptive mechanisms of coping, and then there's maladaptive mechanisms of coping. As you can hear, adaptive is more positive, maladaptive is more negative. So often a lot of people tend to go the maladaptive way, which is excessive eating or
excessive drinking,
even excessive not eating. You know, now you're anorexic and we're all like, are you okay? What's going on? Why is your elbow looking like your femur are on the same level? Why can't we trace how many veins you have on your hands? Babes, you okay? You know?
Instead of helping you, we kind of roast you because they're your friends.
We don't know what's
we're like, how dare you lose weight over somebody that could have given your children big noses?
Your jaw's so sharp right now, you could
Why would you do that?
You know? Hey, don't hug me. Your bones, bro. You know, so these things happen. That's the and a lot of us go the maladaptive way because
it's easier.
And as Africans, we've not really been taught how to deal with stress. Like these are new age things. Now is when like people are trying to learn how to do journaling and whatever. It even feels unnatural as you're saying it. Journaling, like you just want to sit down and write some shit. You know, it's one of those situations where a lot of us have not been taught natively as children and innately within ourselves we don't know how to deal with stress, and so what do we end up doing? We overdo other things. Especially people who are at the club,
clubbing,
after work club I like,
I'm not saying club is a bad thing,
but
if you're overdoing it, if you know all the bouncers names and all the waitresses,
first name basis.
Everyone is the schedule.
What up, dude? Tuesday inakwanga tacos, Wednesday inakwanga.
Kwani Karo yuko leo?
Gosh.
Karo alienda. Oh, alienda wapi? Oh, unahama ile banye Karo alienda. Don't do that. Don't do that.
They even know your drink. By the time unafika umeshaekewa, and that's not VIP treatment we're talking about. That's different. We're talking about they already know.
You tell the bartender the usual.
The usual.
What do you mean the usual?
Why you? What do you mean? How did some of these things are problematic. Another one that we've seen a lot, especially within our communities, is now people who start taking it out on other people. For example, they were okay, but every time my husband is stressed, pia. Every couple of weeks, you are walking into a doorknob. there are now people who start to take it out on their partners
people.
and their children. And they're like the small kids around you. So there's always that time where your dad is whooping the shit out of you. Like, bro, what did I do? Nothing. I just coughed.
That's so unnecessary.
Cough in your bedroom. Why are you coughing in front of me? Do you know, like, those are maladaptive.
Yeah.
You taking it out on someone else. It may not be physical. It may not be verbal. Sometimes it's financial. You're like, now you're starting to hog money because, you know, you're not sure when the next problem is going to pop up. So I have to control what I have. And now you're a maisa, your kids don't go nowhere, your wife don't go nowhere, your girlfriend is just stuck at home. You know, you've become so stingy with your money simply because you're trying to like figure out how to sort this out in a few other months. And, you know, stress does cause a lot of people to go the maladaptive way.
And with my anger issues, because they started very early.
Yeah.
So I needed to figure out how to deal with them because I'd find myself lashing out at other people who are very innocent.
Oh, poor Brown.
Innocent bystanders who had nothing to do with what I was going through. So now I decided to start, you know, journaling. It was very new to me. It was a very interesting experience. But let me tell you, the pens I went through, because sometimes my anger would be faster than the speed of writing. So that would be so confusing. And it would like be more frustrating for me to write things down because the way I'm angry right now. So I looked into meditation, but that was just some white people shit. It was not for me. It was like, it's not cooling me down fast enough. So eventually I had to figure out what to do to make sure that when I'm angry, it's directed at the right person. When I'm angry, I give myself enough time. Just breathe in, breathe out, go sit down somewhere, take a book, read it, and then when you're ready, you can come and articulate yourself. Because I used to get angry and would be so mad that even when I'm confronting somebody, I start crying. And when I'm crying, my words are not coming out. It just says, and then because that is not being communicated, it would now turn into now let's fight. Because my words are not coming out, it has to come out some other way. So now I had to figure out, what am I going to do?
Are you crazy? You beat people up?
Yes. So I started reading. My friend, I would read. I get angry at you, nazima kila kitu, the house is silent. I take my book and read. Because if I do not, my friend, that's just something different. But over time, it
the usa comes.
Yeah, it just comes eventually. But you have to really.
You're not too quick. Yeah, that for me, it's like one of those things where it's either a drastic thing that you did something so bad that you're like, ooh, child, I need to stop, otherwise I'm gonna die. Yeah? Or it's a thing of you're realizing it's taking too much of your energy as well. And you're like, yeah, I don't want to feel like this all the time. I don't want to feel horrible all the time. So then you start to like sort it out.
Goes back to trauma.
Yeah.
You grew up around the environment of somebody who was always angry and would lash out in the meanest way. I'm like, I don't want to grow up and be that. So even my anger would scare me because do other people see me like that? The way I used to see this person and judge them so harshly, do other people look at me like that? So that would really scare me, and I didn't know what to do with my anger. So it would be very misplaced, and it would, come out in very weird ways.
Yeah, I think I usually people say like, Merus are very angry, but Kathom is very chill, bro. You know how hard I've had to work to push that shit down the bottom of the bed. Like, I've pushed it so far down, now I farted. It's like so far back there.
It has to come out.
It has to come out.
It has to come out of somewhere.
Because like one time I remember, and I think I keep apologizing to my brother for this because that was the breaking point, and I decided, nah, anger is not for me. I think we were just chilling. My mom was outside. I think it was supposed to be katakataing cabbage or some shit like that. Then my brother started doing some fuck shit. He was a kid. But like either way, it's fuck shit. Fuck shit is fuck shit. It doesn't matter. So he started doing some fuck shit, and I'm like, dude, stop. And he continued. I'm like, dude, stop. He continued, and now I started like. Usually I would like beat him so hard, and like you chapa someone back, you throw them under the seat. I wonder how he used to fit in there. So sad. I'm so sorry, Brown. I used to beat that boy. Like kick him and kick him and kick him under the seat. Like, I was a bad sister. I was bad. So this one time now, it's like I've gotten so angry. He keeps doing this thing that he's doing that is pretty much bumming me out and making me angrier and angrier and angrier. And as I said, I was chopping up cabbage. I don't know how. I threw the knife at him, straight through here. The knife stuck in my brother's head. Now I'm panicking. I pulled it out. I saw white. That was the last time I was ever angry at anyone. That was it. That was it. That knife, had it gone a little lower, a little deeper, do you get me? Like, anger is a problem.
It is.
And I was still a child. So imagine if I continued to be angry like that as an adult. I'd have fucked shit up for people. I'd be a very angry person.
And you would become a parent, yeah?
Yeah, so I just said no. No. I apologized to my brother. Okay, I cried. Like, please don't tell him. He's bleeding. I'm like, please don't tell him. And he never told my mom. And I never lifted a finger. I stopped. What? That was for me the drawing, the line I drew in the sand. I was still very young, mind you.
My woosa came with being a parent.
For you to parenting.
Yeah, because when toddlers are toddling.
They're just, yeah.
And I find myself shouting, and then I'm like, okay, he is doing that because he's a child, he doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
And then I would feel bad because I should have known better. I'm the parent. So now you take yourself to counseling, and you need to go to therapy.
Yeah.
You might think you do not. You might think you're very okay. You might be one of those people who say African people. That's a white people thing. You don't need to go to therapy. But trust me, you do. Because you start talking about things, and it takes you on a journey, and now start figuring things out that you're not even aware of,
Yeah.
You figure out, kumbe, this is where all of this is coming from. If I deal with this, maybe this can get better. And it comes full circle. So please go to therapy.
It really does.
Please go to therapy.
And it's very important for you to do it. That is one of the adaptive ways of doing it. Like actually seeking out help if you feel like, you can't handle it on your own. But other ways, and I know we joke about this a lot, just walk. Do some exercise. Okay, maybe not exercise. I don't like exercising, but I like walking.
Take a walk.
Just take a walk. Go outside, breathe. Listen to the birds. Listen to a podcast.
Touch grass.
Literally touch grass. Because
let the sun hit you.
Yeah, there's something about being outside that not only normalizes you, but it feels familiar. I don't know. Maybe it's because when we were kids, we used to play a lot outside. So it brings that familiarity of like childhood freedom and peace. But yeah, just take a walk. And I know people are like, oh no, I can't walk around my area. Dude, I used to walk in Roy in fucking heat. Walk. It doesn't matter where you live.
Walking really did stuff for me.
It really does.
It helps. It really does. Save for the fuchs and kuchokozwa and being chased by mad men. Yeah.
Go walk. Do you know how much it costs to walk in Karura? 100 bob.
Go.
100.
Walk
the whole day. Who will do anything? Nobody. Do you know how much it costs to walk outside your house? Zero.
Tabia tutembe. Hata ujue neighborhood yenyu.
Yeah.
And then lower your expectations.
Oh yeah, just have them at straight up zero. I have them at zero.
Your expectations, especially when it comes to other people. And I think it was last week, I was about to get very angry at somebody, and then I just told Kathami, you know how frustrating it is when you have a vision and you trust your vision with somebody else and they fuck it up. But you can't really take it out on them because they don't understand what this means to you. So now you're just frustrated because you had such high expectations for this person. But it's a human being. When it comes to other people, have zero expectations.
Yep.
Even if they have a clean record, they have been consistently good.
Yeah.
But please, when it comes to other human beings, lower the expectations because they're bound
to be honest.
To
human
fall
beings
short.
will mess up.
We are human beings.
They will mess up for sure.
Ask your pesa.
And especially, I think you learn very quickly if you've gone through some horrible fathers that you really can't expect much from anyone because that's you expect it and then you're shut down every time. You're hoping and then boop, right to the ground. And then boop to the ground, and then, oh yeah, he's changed, and then boop to the ground. Let me tell you,
True.
that teaches you, it breaks you a lot, and I think that brokenness can lead to a lot of resentment. But once you realize someone isn't going to fulfill something for you, the first time, second time, just like, yeah, just stop. Like, if you're going into anything, go with no expectations.
And you become so free. And even in your
You're
relationship.
you're slightly disappointed sometimes, but like either way, it's like, and if they do something good for you, then amazing. You're happy.
I am happy.
But
I'm
like,
surprised.
Don't go
Thank
into it
you.
with an expectation, oh, he's going to, and she's going to, and they're going to.
I would get into relationships with such high expectations from my partners. And sometimes they would fall short, sometimes they would come through. But when they fell short, I would be so disappointed and so crushed. And the whole time I'm not realizing this is a whole human being with their whole life going on,
Yep.
with things they need to do. And then here I have come with my expectations and I want them to fulfill them, or else it's the end of my relationship. So, seeing other people as human beings, that should lower your expectations.
Yeah.
Because you say, what if it was me? What if somebody was
Empathy.
expecting this from me? How would I feel anytime I come? Not because I didn't want to, but maybe I tried and I couldn't. Maybe this girl wanted an iPhone 14.
But all I could afford was a 7.
You've come to your partner, you're saying, I want this iPhone, and they've worked so hard, they've engaged you into the brand. Hi, sasa unatumia iPhone. It might not be 14, but it is 7. You're halfway there. And instead of appreciating and just having a bit of empathy and seeing how hard this person has worked, you're angry. You're in a mood swing. You're being,
You're breaking up with them.
It's so cruel.
It is.
So
What
lower.
if you forget even what if I could, just think about, would I do the same? And if this was the reaction that I got from my partner, how would it make me feel? Simple. Like, just the mere fact that you've thought about this other person's feelings, but from your perspective. How judgmental have you been? These things happen. People mess up. People mess up all the time. And you mess up all the time. Why are you holding yourself at a higher standard than them? Or why are you holding them at a higher standard than you hold yourself? Accountability. So yeah, expectations is a really good one. No, you're right. I think another very, proactive one, as opposed to anything else, is personally, I've found that taking time for yourself is very important. And I know we said walking and stuff. Sometimes just you in your own room. You don't need to be anywhere. You don't need to go anywhere. Just you take some time for yourself. Yes, there are other people doing their own things. It doesn't matter. You have taken that time for yourself. You've taken 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, a day for yourself. Just like not necessarily analyzing and reanalyzing and breaking apart and putting together. Just chilling. You have no agenda. You have no purpose that day. It's just you, yourself, and you. And then you start to realize that, you may like your company. Or sometimes you realize, I don't really like me. I'm grateful they love me.
Good thing they do, because I don't.
Because I don't like me at all. So all those, like, taking time to just watch, you find things that you actually are interested in. Like, do I really like doing that thing, or do I do it because other people like to do it? You realize there's a lot about yourself that you don't know, and you start to form a relationship with yourself. And trust me when I tell you, you could be really fun if you took you out. So you need to start taking yourself out, babes.
I actually saw somebody say that if you always you have this relationship that never work out, and you're always wondering what's wrong, and then somebody said, if you're always going through all of these heartbreaks, maybe the problem isn't them. Maybe the best part of that relationship is you. When you reminisce or remember the good times in the relationship, ask yourself, was it because Was it because of them or was it because of me? When you think back on your relationships and you're thinking, this person was so smart, he was so funny, he was so charismatic, he had so much knowledge, ask yourself, when you recall back to a time when you were joking and you were having fun, who started the joke? Who started the funny conversation? Who started the intellectual conversation? And if it all comes back to you, you're a great person.
You're a gem.
Everybody else is fumbling. So just don't be in such a situation where
you're always looking at other people as amazing and giving them all the props and never giving yourself
you never
any.
congratulate yourself for anything.
Run your own bag.
And we're still talking about ourselves. You need to take accountability for the things you do, for the actions you do. And this is difficult, especially for me. Me, I can blame people. I will even blame the devil and witchcraft just so
you can get out of it. You don't want to be part of it.
Just so I don't take accountability for things I have done or things I have not done. Because sometimes you ask yourself, okay, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing in my career. What can I do to get here? This and this and this and this and this. Have I done this and this and this and this? No. Why have I not done it? In our family, nobody went to university. We're so quick to blame everyone else.
You're stifling your own dreams,
to become the victim. That way, when you're a victim, you don't have to be accountable to anyone.
You don't need to answer anyone either.
You are always heartbroken.
Yep.
But have you stopped to ask yourself, why am I attracting dusties? It's as simple as that. When I am myself in my room alone, as Kathamia said, enjoying my own company, who am I when nobody else is looking?
Yep.
Is this person a good person? If they were a good person, they would not be attracting, very interesting elements and interesting characters. So when you just analyze all of that, please take accountability for your actions. Yep. I'm saying this as I say it to myself because I don't.
But also don't overdo it, because then I overdo it. I would rather put everyone else, like I am always the bad cop. So if you're also just always giving yourself all the L's and not recognizing that, but it's possible that L came from you, and why did I take that for myself? You can be accountable, but you can't be self-critical. You can accept that you made a mistake, but you cannot put yourself as a mistake or label yourself as a mistake, because you never are a mistake.
True.
You make mistakes, you mess up, but you can't be fully, like your whole personality is like you are the drama. No.
And don't wallow in that situation.
Oh my God, I am so
the
bad.
victim. Do this. They did it to me. And it's not even attractive. Imagine if you came home to a partner who is always moody and is always going through something.
Pity party constant.
Maisha yake tu ni changamoto. Kila siku, my love, sijakwambia, walifanya hivi kazini. It's such a bad vibe. And the more you're in it, the more dark energy you're just attracting.
Yep.
You're just a walking cloud. You walk into a room that was fun, everyone keeps quiet. Because they might say something that offends
triggers you,
or is something remotely about your situation, and you feel some type
relatable. Of way. You're always relating to the negative stuff and the sad stuff.
Gosh. I remember there's a time I used to be like that. I was just, so sad. And then I asked myself, why am I never happy? Why am I never relating to funny stories? When it's something dark and something horrible, I'm like, I hear you. I relate. I see where you're coming from. But I would never relate to very happy stories and happy endings. And I ask myself, why? Am I a stepchild? No. And it's all about changing your perspective.
It really is, your mentality.
If you have to be the villain just for you to have, in other people's stories, for you to have a good day, well and good.
Ciao.
I will be the villain any day. To protect my peace, to protect what goes on in my house. No. I will cancel you very quick.
And it takes small but mighty steps. The very simple statement, no. Just no. No. Oh, no. Can I? No. No. You go to the shop, somebody's over there giving you funny. No, I said I wanted this. So if you don't have this, It's fine. Let's just leave it.
Can I come to your house for like 2 weeks? 2 weeks tops, I promise. No. Because me, I will be very quick to help you out and accommodate you. But hizo 2 weeks zikikaribia kuisha na hauonyeshi signs, I start getting irritated. I will even be irritated before. But because...
And I start taking it out on you, unfortunately.
I'm very particular about my space. So anything just about 5 feet of me, that's just too much. So if you're always going to be there, and you promise to leave and you're not leaving, oh my God. So that's why I never have house guests. At a sleepover.
I can't even have a house help, like a person who lives in my house.
That's the only reason I don't have a live-in house help.
Imagine, no. Come one day, go. Like, I don't want to know your life. I don't want to know your past, your present, your future. Everything I just want to know what I'm paying you by. Do you get me?
Because one day, you will shower and then you anika your underwear where everyone can see. And that will irritate me. Sometimes it happens. Maybe you're in a hurry, blah, blah, blah. You will leave your underwear somewhere and then I will see it.
Nowadays, even like the kind of energy I will give you will be very dependent on whether or not I choose that day to be. And I'm talking, even sometimes, even my niece will call, she'll, hey, Auntie Faye, I want to come see you. I will look at myself. I will kind of put myself in that space. Am I ready to entertain people, or are they going to come here and then I'm just going to be mad at everyone? If it's not going to work out that day, I'm just like, yeah, let's try next Saturday. And I've done this, I do this a lot. I try as much as I can to be like in the best behavior, but I'm not always there.
But you can't always be 100%.
I'm not always there. So sometimes I just need a minute. Your partner will leave and then you go somewhere. And it's like, okay, you're not going to call them, you just leave them. Let them go. They also need a day.
It's like,
and then you take
today
a
I'm
day.
at a 20.
Yeah.
So I need you to carry the 80 and
Please.
not complain about it.
And,
just...
Not always will be able to take up everyone's bullshit. Everyone bullshit sometimes a lot. So you just need a day. I just need a day. You know? I woke up, I did my makeup, and then I decided, yeah, no, I don't want to go. I'm not going to go.
The plans I have cancelled last minute.
I'm not going to go.
And you are an enabler, by the way. I need you to step up because you enable my procrastination.
I'm sorry.
You really do, because if we were to do something with Kathomi and she calls me and her voice is sounding like she's asking, we said we were going to meet at 2 p.m. and then she asks me, what time are we meeting? I already know she wants to cancel, but so it was like,
push through. It's like,
can we go tomorrow then?
Yeah.
Can we go tomorrow? She's like, yes, please.
But you're saying that as if you don't have the same energy. You do.
I'm just saying, I need you to stand up.
Fine. There are some commitments which unfortunately we have to push through. For example, this podcast.
Yes.
We say we record it weekly. We have to do that. It's a commitment. It really is a commitment. But I'm talking about other things like going to the club, going out. Yesterday I was supposed to go to where I'm just like,
my friend, Samira,
I don't want to do it with you.
No,
I need a
Samira,
moment.
I am such a bad friend because she'll straight up tell me, we are going for brunch on Sunday.
You're like, yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I even
go.
have the outfit.
Saturday night.
No, that's Sunday.
You're bad.
She'll be like, I'm outside, where you at? I'm like, oh, well.
So the thing, what happened was,
Bring me takeout. Bring me something. Oh, I'm so horrible. I'm so horrible.
You're not a nice person.
Yeah, I am. That's just
nice.
me.
Yeah.
I'm taking accountability. I am a horrible person,
That's not nice.
and I am horrible as a friend.
That's not nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, for me it's WhatsApp messages. I'm sorry. I'll see 50, but I'll just ignore them. I've just learned how to ignore my WhatsApp messages. If you want to hit me up, text me directly or call me directly. If you want
It's weird to WhatsApp somebody.
If you want to you're going to be yourself on that WhatsApp message. Because, wow, it's a lot. It feels like work.
There's a time I was actually texting with somebody on WhatsApp, and then in my head, I asked myself, Kwani this person doesn't have message? Kwani what type of phone are you using? And then the ick kicked in, and I had to text them on message to see if it would be blue.
Green or blue?
Yes.
For sure.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
what was this? Why are we talking on WhatsApp?
Yeah, why?
What's that?
Like,
It was
why?
very
It's
weird.
an ick. It's an instant ick. My brother's the one who suffers the most because he will call on WhatsApp, and then it doesn't even ring. My WhatsApp doesn't even ring. Like, my notifications on WhatsApp don't even. I don't even think it. I don't know. They pop up on
Even
somewhere.
work.
Yeah, even work. It has to be active. Like, I actively have to. Yes. If you're going to the maladaptive, that is doing bad things to cope with your stress, drinking excessively, hanging out with people too much and not taking care of yourself first, spending too much of your money and all of those things, those are maladaptive. Adaptive forms of coping are some of the many Turi has mentioned,
Yes.
including journaling,
Accountability. Scheduling schedule stuff so you don't get overwhelmed. What else did we say?
Scheduling. You spoke about
Lowering your expectations.
yes,
Asking people for help
yes,
to assist you and so forth.
yes, and taking a walk for USA, and taking personal time for again USA.
Meditate.
Yeah.
Journal.
Yeah, meditation only works sometimes. It's like a hit or a miss. Sometimes I feel. Sometimes it really works, and you feel like yes, I was in the zone. Then other times it's just like. Yeah, just hearing someone telling you breathe in and breathe out.
I would need drugs to meditate. ADHD. ADHD.
That's been our show. I hope you've at least learned something. If you have other coping mechanisms that you use that work for you, please let us know in the comment section below. Let us know on our DMs on social media at 2baddies1mic. Let us know pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
And the question we ask you all the time is, did you like that? Did you? Bye.